You are watching Access LaPorte County Channel 97. Coming up next is the October 1st meeting for the Michigan City Tree Board. You can find more information for this meeting by visiting www.accesslaportecounty.org.
Let's go ahead and get started. I will call the meeting to order.
Thank you.
The October 1st meeting of the Michigan City Tree Board. Let's go ahead with roll call. Jennifer Birchfield, President, is present.
Okay.
Mary Nell Murphy.
Present.
Denise Blau is excused.
Would you sign? Yes.
Did mention to me that she was not able to attend today. Dennis Britton.
Present.
Betsy
Elsesser, present.
Elsesser.
Elsesser.
Thank you. Okay, I'll practice that. Laura Henderson.
I'm here.
Harshini Ratnayaka.
Yeah.
Okay, I got it?
Yep.
Okay, and we do also have our council liaisons, Dr. Vidya Kora
Present.
and Nancy Moldenar.
Present.
Yes, okay. Let's move on to the approval of the agenda. Has everyone seen the agenda?
Yes.
Yes.
Any discussion of the agenda? I will just note that Dr. Kora did inform me that he will have to leave at 6 o'clock. So if there is anything where we need discussion from our city council liaisons.
I sent out an email today and his message bounced back.
Oh, Dr.
Yes, I'm wondering if I'm using the right address.
I'll write it and give it to you. Yeah, I got
Okay.
it. I got it.
I said something using the Michigan City,
Yeah.
at Michigan City, and that went through and didn't come back.
Okay, so we should use the at Michigan City.
It sounds like you think you did.
Use that?
The one I sent out was Michigan City.
Image consider. You know, there has been some problem at the city
Maybe that was it.
with the email
Computer system, yeah.
computer system and the phone system.
Okay.
They're working on it.
Okay, so it may just be that. Any other discussion on the agenda?
I moved for approval.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
All opposed? Okay, agenda approved. Approval of minutes for September 3rd, 2025 meeting. Has everyone had a chance to take a look at those?
I'm just gonna say again, thank you to Laura for taking those in my absence.
Now, I did make a correction based on what Betsy sent me. So, under communications, the second paragraph, I added the sentence after the sentence that starts Betsy suggested. The sentence I added is, the new Michigan City website has a new name, www.michigancityin.gov, where citizens can report tree programs or make requests on the new website by using the online forester request form. So I did send out the minutes that contain that, but it was this afternoon, so you may not have seen it. But it's in the one that I'm gonna have Jen sign today.
Okay.
So it's in the latest edition.
Yes, it is.
Okay, I got that.
Well, I move we accept the minutes.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
All opposed? Okay, minutes approved.
Who is that for?
Jen.
We've moved to having public comments right at the beginning so that we can get you guys out of here. I do notice that we have a member of the public present. I'll also note that we do have City Forester Phil Graff present. We have a member of the public. Did you have any comments you'd like to make?
I do. I had sent a written communication to the board as well as the council members and the mayor about some trees located in the alleyways near my residence as well as right next door to my residence. I wanted to thank the city forester. He did come out and walked around, and with a tape measure, he measured some of the trees out. And so I do appreciate him coming out and being on scene. But I did take afterwards and I reviewed some of the municipal code. So I'm kind of looking for some clarification. For section 102-43, It authorizes the city forester to require pruning or privately owned trees that obstruct public passages, signage, or lighting. And section 102-48 establishes that hazardous, diseased, or dangerous trees, whether on public or private property, may be designated as nuisances, requiring abatement by the property owner, or if necessary, by the city with costs assessed to the owner. In light of these provisions, I am asking that the tree board confirm the authority that the city forester in situations where private trees pose risk to public safety or overhang alleys and right-of-ways, and consider requesting that the city forester engage with the relevant property owners to ensure appropriate pruning or removal in keeping with the city's code and the intent of protecting public safety. I believe this approach would provide clarity, encourage property owners' cooperation, align with the tree board's responsibility to oversee the care, preservation, and safety of the trees. I'm pretty sure all of you probably have driven around neighborhoods and you've seen trees that might not be on public right of way, but aren't in good health. So with walking, we were able to see a couple, and took the tape measure, and it was a quick, well, this isn't city property. So I guess my request is just to confirm that the city forester can take action on private trees. Thank you.
I'm sorry, if I may, I missed, I'm the secretary taking minutes, my name's Mary Murphy. I missed getting your name.
Dakota, D-A-K-O-T-A-U.
D-A, I'm slow.
Just like the two states.
Oh, got it, okay.
And the last name Euler, E-U-L-E-R.
Okay, and your street?
Emma Street.
Emma. I appreciate that, thank you.
And so it sounds as though the question is about trees on private
Correct.
property. I think I would defer to the people at the city on that matter.
Yeah, I agree.
Whether or not that's eligible, Phil, I don't know if you have thoughts. I know you work directly with city staff. So, my understanding is that publicly owned trees on the right-of-way are under the city's purview, more so than those that are clearly private, but do you have any thoughts?
Yeah, I wrote down the two sections of code that you referred to, and I will get with the city attorney about that. This isn't the first time that this has come up, of course, because it's problematic throughout the city, without a doubt. I have been instructed so far to determine whether or not the tree is on the city's right of way, responsible to the city, or if it's a private tree. If it's a private tree, then we're not to take action. Now, from what you just read, it seemed pretty clear to me, which is why I have to familiarize myself with that and then talk to Amber and Paige, and we can get back to you. But we did walk together, and without a doubt, Dakota's neighborhood is one that has a high volume of these privately owned trees that are potential high risk.
Okay.
Extreme. And they're, I kind of gave him some information that I gained earlier in the year from Tony Basel about how to measure, how to figure using the GIS map exactly where the right-of-way is. And all the alleys in Michigan City are actually all 16 feet right-of-ways. The streets vary, they're all over the place.
Okay.
But all of the alleys are 8 foot on center, 16 feet, and pretty much all go right to the edge of the concrete border.
Okay.
And so we measured together and determined that all the trees that he was concerned are all private trees, unfortunately.
Okay.
But again, with what you just read, it seems pretty clear. So let me look into that, and we'll see what we can do. So I appreciate very much your concern, because they are all the trees that you and I looked at are potential high risk and a threat to public safety, without a doubt. I mean, these are trees that are some completely dead, large limbs that are potential tree failures in part.
Okay.
Some of them are completely dead and potential for the whole tree to fall down, and others are just large, menacing limbs overhead. So
Widowmakers.
yeah, there's in that particular neighborhood, I've been all over the city, obviously. I haven't done your tree inventory last year, is probably one of the worst ones that I've seen. So
Okay, well, that's good to know. Oh, go ahead, Dennis.
In addition to that, this brings up the question of if you observe a tree on private property that's not just diseased, but carrying a pest like, God forbid, emerald ash borer or something like that, how does the city then step in and say, look, this has got to be eradicated, treated, whatever, it's on your private property, however it poses a threat to other adjacent trees?
That's a good question, and my understanding is that the city staff is currently looking at the tree ordinances for the city. There will be a meeting coming up that they were kind enough to inform us about, to chat about that. Do you recall the date of that, Phil?
October 8th, are you gonna be there?
I will be there, so I'm happy to attend that and report back to the tree board, but I believe anyone who's interested, could potentially attend that meeting.
It's geared, that's gonna be geared more towards, the development of sites and the current tree protection.
Okay.
Preservation, part of the ordinance as it relates to, land clearing, tree removal for development. I don't know that necessarily, encompasses public versus, or private tree matters.
Oh, okay.
I think it's a separate matter, but nonetheless, one that I think I should bring up with the city attorney and the public works director.
Mm-hmm.
And the central services director, because that's who's sort of trained me from the beginning on how we handle those situations,
Okay.
so.
Okay.
Well,
When and where is this meeting?
I would check with Wendy to see if indeed everyone would be
Okay.
okay, first of all.
Okay.
I wouldn't presume that, but, I don't know, it just came today, is it gonna be a Zoom meeting or is it gonna be in Wendy's office? I don't know.
You know what, I'm not sure, but it is October 8th. I will follow
10
up
o'clock.
with
So
you
we just
see.
got this all nailed down today.
Yeah, it was a recent development.
But this is actually the second meeting we've had. We had one 2 weeks ago to kind of get this started.
Okay.
Let's see, it says where it is.
I would
Which
just,
we met with with Wendy and myself and Wendy's assistant and not the city attorney, but the attorney for the city council.
Okay.
I believe his name was Steve Hale. Does that sound right?
I'm not sure.
That doesn't sound right.
I can be wrong. That's all right.
Okay.
No, it's a Teams meeting.
Okay,
That's what it says.
so the staff.
Oh no, it says Teams meeting or Wendy's office. So I don't know.
Okay, so I will
Yes,
reach out to Wendy and just confirm the details.
Oh.
Like we said, this meeting was finalized about 3 hours ago.
Yeah.
So.
I would just like to throw in, what Dennis was talking about may soon be a real issue as spotted lanternfly is present in the state. And there are, of course, Tree of Heavens on private property, which are the primary host and will help spread.
And present very close to us
Yes.
in Chesterton and South Bend, so
It is
probably here.
It is in Chesterton.
Yes.
Oh, no.
So it's probably here.
So that could be an issue
Mm-hmm.
very, very soon, like
Yes.
today.
Okay, I thank you, sir, for your comments.
Thank you.
Thanks.
Thanks for coming.
So that way I don't have to watch a video later. So.
Okay, you're welcome to stay. You're welcome to stay. Thank you for your comments, and we will, sounds like we have a plan for follow-up.
Yep.
Okay. I don't see any other members of the public present, so that concludes public comments. Secretary Treasurer's report and claims.
So I sent out the financial reports that we received from the city's comptroller, and they're, about the same as they are every month. I have no other comments on those, and I propose that we accept them. So I move that we accept the reports as received from the city comptroller. Do I have a second? I'm sorry.
No, go
Do
ahead.
you have a second?
Do I have a second?
I don't know, we haven't been approving these in the past. So do we need to start approving it?
Yes.
I thought we approved them at least one time. Maybe it was on the YouTube I watched, but.
Okay.
Well,
So you can't.
Well, they're not generated by us.
Yeah, second.
In money matters, you want to approve it,
Yeah.
and it means you've accepted the report.
And as the city controller
That
acts
sounds
as the
acceptable.
treasurer of the tree board.
You've accepted the report, basically.
yeah.
Okay, I move we accept the report.
Okay, Betsy second. Thank you.
You have a second? All in favor?
Aye.
All opposed? Okay. The monthly reports are approved.
And then just a reminder to submit receipts for supplies, you know, so if anyone wants to be reimbursed for buying, or, you know, materials for use. Okay.
Okay. On to communications. Any emails?
There is, and I just got it today. And this is from Rachel Stingle of DNR. Attention Tree City program applicants, please fill out this Indiana Urban Forestry Funding Survey. So they want to know how urban forestry programs in Indiana are being funded, and so there's a survey to be filled out.
Okay. Would the board like to fill that out? Would that be a action of the tree board?
I'm okay to fill that out if you want,
Fine with me.
unless someone else would like to.
I would appreciate that.
Okay.
I don't believe we need to make a formal
Okay.
action on that, do we? No?
Nope.
Okay,
Okay.
thank you. Any other email communications?
No, I think there may have been something I sent out to the whole group, but I think that was,
Okay. I will just note a reminder, I'll probably remind us every meeting from now on because it's new to me too. Be very reluctant to reply all on an email. Apparently that can constitute quorum if we have a discussion back and forth between board members between a meeting that is not open to the public. So I believe that protocol is it's okay to share information, but if you're replying, it should be just to a point person. Say we're coordinating for an event. Who can staff an event? There should be a point person who is contacted for that. But apparently there can be an issue. You know, we think it's just, oh, who can staff the farmer's market? But that can constitute a quorum if we're discussing issues via email in a large, full group. So just a reminder of that.
Yeah, and I was just reminded of this by the president of the city council, so it's like everybody needs a reminder from
Yeah.
time to time.
Yeah, I know I do. So thank you for that. Any Facebook communications?
I'm sorry, I'm just,
That's okay.
so I did, actually, because of your inquiry, Michael Dakota, include the new request form. So I did a Facebook post that includes the form for how to contact the city forester on tree requests and that type of thing. And I think some people already reposted that, which is great. Not too much activity. We still have around 190 Facebook friends.
And that form's been working out well?
I don't know that I've gotten any requests.
Oh, okay.
to be honest with
Okay,
you.
all right.
but it's live and
It's supposed to go to, does it go to the forester's email box or does it go to the Kintone?
I
Does
do.
anyone know?
Oh, I thought it went to the second thing that you're talking about. It's kind of automatic.
Maybe I have been getting them then.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah,
Well,
Kintone is the new system that the city has.
okay.
It's a portal for resident requests, but also inter-city requests, so
Okay.
I probably haven't.
Right, and what I think the tree board should do is, especially when we go to places like the farmer's market and people want to get in touch with you, is not have to give out your personal phone number and email
Or address.
or any of that stuff that would interrupt your day anyway. But this forester request form sounds like the way to go, and I hope you're getting them.
If they're going to Kintone, that makes sense. I think that's there, because I have been getting stuff that I don't know where it comes from, so that's where it's.
Okay.
I could test it out.
Yeah.
I'll fill out the form and say,
Oh,
Give me a
excellent.
and we'll just see if it comes through.
Yeah, in light of the Facebook, since this Saturday's our last time at the farmer's market, do we have any little write-up or anything that we can pass out to people reminding them of our Facebook page and to let other people know about it?
I will say that we have worked with the city staff to develop, several of you were at the Oktoberfest event.
Mm-hmm.
We have developed a nice flyer that provides an overview of the grant, and another one that provides, well, I think they're combined actually, but it does have a QR code to go to that city form, to the city websites. So I can print some of those off. We are looking to have those professionally printed, but we just have not yet. So I can print some of those off for the farmer's market so that you'll have those, and it is handy because then you have a QR code where people can go for more information. There is also a questionnaire for residents just on their views on trees. I have to give credit to city staff we provided the content and they made it look really pretty. So I do, on the topic of the farmer's market, I do plan to come to set up. So I will come and bring tables, tablecloth, those materials that I just mentioned, the banner, but I will not be able to stay at the event. So Laura's planning to attend?
And I think Denise.
I think she said that too. Yeah.
Okay.
She did.
So we will have a presence then at the...
Yeah, I'll be there a couple hours and I'll remind people, but there's nothing on that particular flyer reminding them of Friends of the Michigan City Tree Board.
And some of the documents have that, a bunch of the other ones that we've...
I'll have to double check, but I believe one of our flyers does have it has 2 QR codes, one to the city website and one to the Friends Facebook page.
Okay, all right.
I believe it does. I'll have to double check that.
Okay,
Let me double check that and let you know.
Yeah.
Because we would probably still have time if I made a very nice request to the city. If we needed to add something,
Right.
We could.
Another thing that we might want to remind people of is that we'll be giving away trees on April, whatever it is,
Right.
at the senior center.
Well, speaking of Facebook, when we get the community planting dates set, and I'll get to that, but I have 2 dates set already. When I get all 4 dates set, 4 or 5, I'll send that to Mary Nell and you can put it on the Facebook page.
That's good.
Yes. Because we did end up getting at least one volunteer. At least 1 or 2 volunteers come out and plant with us, and at least 1 volunteer to water trees.
Right.
So that's great. Okay, I believe that concludes communications. Committee reports, outreach and engagement. The grant application to NERC Community Tree Planting Project at Michigan City Schools. Did you want to?
Sure. The community people did accept our application, and I think I only requested 10 or 12 trees for 4, possibly 5 schools. If you want to know the names of the schools, we have St. Stanislaus Costa, who I met with today, Queen of All Saints. I'm going to Marsh School tomorrow, and Paladin has 2 locations where they would like a tree at each, one for their Head Start and one for their Imagination Station. So I've been meeting with the principals and talking about where to put the trees, and today we placed 5 stakes at 2 schools, so we're halfway there. I called 811 already on the first one, and they said, you don't have to call us 3 weeks ahead of time, try 2 weeks ahead of time. So I have to call them again.
Oh, wow.
So that's how they work. And so we will have 811 clearance on all locations that we plant at, and I'll take care of that. So far the places that are getting the trees are thrilled, and they plan to involve students. So they're picking a time of a weekday where the students, at least 2 classes, probably some of the younger kids, will come out, and that was very exciting this spring. So that's really our education and engagement part. Outreach and engagement, I'm sorry. But it's educational too, and I'll make sure the teachers get the tree manual.
And I have extras of those if you need them.
Okay. Any questions about what we're doing there.
I'll just add that I'm in conversations with Joy Elementary. Their first graders are actually doing a tree unit, a tree curriculum.
Uh-huh.
So they're very excited, but I just need to set up a time to go out and meet with them and look at where they would like for tree planting, but they have plenty of plantable spaces.
Okay, well, you and I can discuss later which trees are available again, because I wrote it down and I'm not sure, but so far I'm giving away, we're giving away the black gum and the oak trees.
And I will mention that the community program did have some extra trees that nobody claimed. So I did chat with our city forester and see, is there any way we could plant those in the city? So the plan is that we will kind of work together and volunteer support, encourage to get those trees planted. We have about 10 trees, but the idea being that the contractor who will be responsible for watering the rest of the city trees could potentially water those in the future, because we don't want to be out there watering.
Well, you're the one with the
Right.
But speaking of watering, the schools that receive the trees are responsible for their own watering, and they all agree to that.
These trees are gonna go on the parkways, municipal
Yes.
parkways.
Yes.
So we're gonna have to try to sneak them in with the watering plan next year.
Okay.
We're watering, the RFP currently is out now and the bids are due at the end of the month and it's for 500 trees, so
Okay.
we may have to do a change.
Make it 510.
510 and just hope we sneak it in.
Okay. Wonderful.
So the
But
schools,
we're gonna try to plan them, we are gonna plan them and it's gonna be at no cost to the city.
thank you very much.
Great.
One of my staff members, myself and Jen, and anybody else who wants,
Anyone else who would like to?
Just let us know what,
Okay, we will.
yeah, that's all we have to do. We have authorization from Central Services and Public Works Director to go for it.
Great.
It's like-
Yay.
It was a win-win, so
Yeah, gotta love free trees.
I just gotta come pick them up and we gotta, are we gonna keep,
We'll work-
are we keeping them in NERC?
They're at NERC right now, but
Do we wanna keep them there, or do we want, you to bring them here?
I would love for them to be brought here and
Okay.
not have to water them, but for now, I'm watering them along with some others, so.
Let me see what day I can do that. But
Okay,
I'll
yeah.
bring- I'll-
And yeah, let me know because I can help too. I'll
Perfect.
I'll declare myself off duty at NERC and on duty as tree board.
If we can stage them at Central Services, then we
Okay.
can water them
Okay,
until we get them, until we pick a date to get them in the ground.
perfect. All right, so we'll talk about that. So we've covered farmer's market, we've covered community grant, city forester's report.
But before, I know that you need to leave early, but if I just may
Yes,
request, if you
yes,
have
please.
any comments that you want to make before you have to leave.
Oh, that's right, because we do have council liaison
I'm
comments.
sorry.
No,
Oh, fine.
I just want to say thank you for all you do. The mayor reappointed all of you because of your commitment to the tree board.
Oh, that's nice.
And what you do for the city and keeping it green. And I'm, frankly, I'm not that much into the trees and all, but I'm fascinated by the work all of you do. So I just wanted to tell you that. Yeah.
Well, thank you.
I'm
And we,
glad I asked you now.
and we appreciate our council liaisons.
Yes.
It's critical that we have your, guidance and communication with the city
Yeah,
council.
anything we need to do to take the message from here to the council, myself and Councilman Morton, I will be happy to do that.
Wonderful.
So I appreciate it. And,
Yes.
Yeah, we'll see you at the next meeting.
Thank
Okay.
you.
Thank you.
Thank you for letting me interrupt.
No, thank you for interrupting because, we need to let Dr. Cora go.
See ya.
Back to the city forester's report. Do we know when the planting will start?
Yeah, I've got everything. I got a huge update for you guys.
Oh, okay.
First question, how much time do I have? You might want to start going with me to the end because I know we're trying to get out of here in 1 hour and you guys know we can talk and talk and
About
talk
15
about everything that we're doing.
15 minutes sound good?
I'll get through it. Actually, we covered a lot of it already. So,
Okay.
all right, so the forester's report has not yet been written. The reason being, I usually, wait till the month ends and write in the first or second. And that's the way that the calendar fell this month,
Right.
is really is possible. We could have a tree board meeting,
Yeah.
right? It's
Yes.
It's October 1st, so
Right.
I have time blocked out to write it tomorrow. So you
Okay.
should probably, I'll do like usual, send it to Jen
Okay.
and let her disperse it.
And I would ask about that, Nancy, I believe it was at your direction that he sent it to me and I distribute it. Is that that's the way it needs to happen? Okay.
That's usually the way it happens.
It is,
yes.
okay. I just wanted to make sure because I think there was one time that we hadn't been doing it that way and we started doing it that way and so I didn't realize. So I just wanted to make sure that I'm clear so I can make sure that I get it distributed.
That's the best way.
Okay.
So we're gonna do it backwards this month. Instead of reviewing the forester's report, I'm gonna be giving you a preview of it.
Okay.
Great.
So there's a big update here. So the
Okay.
tree removal update is this. The contractor was supposed to begin the week of September 15th in Washington Park. They did not. I had a heck of a time getting response back from them, so I had to put some pressure on them. And I finally got responses. I was not really happy with the communication there. We had a pre-project meeting. Contractor showed up on time, was extremely confident about the job. Spent a lot of time afterwards driving around looking at these trees. So I was a little surprised. We do have a new start date now of Monday the 6th. So I told them that I'm holding them to it. We gotta get started on a December 31st deadline.
Okay.
But it's never good when they tell you they're gonna start and they don't. So we're not getting off on a good start here. I explained to them that, communication is key. This is not gonna work. This is not getting back to me. You've gotta get back to me and let me know. It's fine if you can't start, but I just have to know.
And this is removal of problem trees.
This is the removal of 350 trees that were deemed to be high-risk trees in the CEJ zone, as identified on the inventory last year. And this is Homer Tree, we won the bid for that contract, and they're going to be the contractor. They, at the pre-project meeting, it was determined, because we had somebody there for parks, we had some of their central services, it was a lot of people there, and they requested this to start in Washington Park because there's an illumination, the lighting they do there.
Christmas lights.
And they want to start that. They said they wanted to start that like October 1st.
No, that's okay.
And they wanted the tree removal done before they did that. So we're already, like I said, we can start off on the best way with them. So we'll have to keep monitoring that situation. Tree planting update is a much better one, and it's a very good one. The sites are going to be marked starting tomorrow. Well, actually, I should back up. The planting list was revised based on your input and backed up by Drew, Drew Hart, our pastor agent, who said he won't fund Japanese tree lilac. So you guys get the win.
We win.
Thank you for doing that.
I still disagree with it.
I know it was a pain,
It
but I
caused
thank
a lot of
you.
work because it's like now I have to undo a puzzle that I put together and re-put it back together. Not to
I
mention
know.
I had to, go out to the nursery, tag all the trees, which I did. I did that on October 17th. I spent 10 hours, and in fact,
September.
September 17th. The planning contractor was wonderful. He spent almost the entire day with me. I would have never finished if it wasn't for him blocking out the entire day. That kind of showed his commitment to the team here.
Good.
Because we got in his cart and he was able to, this is where the maples are.
Okay.
This is where the hybrid elms are. I mean, he made it, he didn't tag anything, we sort of pre-laid it out and got us a real efficient route. We had visited 3 different locations of their main nursery, but they have 2 other nurseries off-site where they also grow trees, so we had to visit all 3 of these sites. So I put together a whole new thing. The problem was there was no native trees, so that we had to meet the requirement of native, a fall plant, and a small grow space, because there was these 35 sites where they were either narrow parkways or power line or a house up close to the, to the street. So I wound up having to get rid of all those, but what I did was I put them off to the side in a different column and marked them as red buds for the spring of 26. And then I had to find 35 more spots, and then I had to slot 35 more species, make sure that Dogwood Hills had them. And so it was a
a
whole
big
puzzle I had
pain,
to put back together, but it's done. It's done, and that's all we need to say about it.
Thank you.
So you'll be getting the new species list, and we went from like 52% native to like 70-something%.
Oh, fantastic.
So we did replace it with, I think black gum was on the list, but I think we went from like 10 to like 33.
Okay.
We bumped, I wish I had it with me. You'll see it all in the Forester's report.
Okay.
So you'll get a whole new species composition of what's going on. Tree marking starts tomorrow. It's gonna take us a couple days. We're hoping to have it done by Tuesday the 7th, because me and one guy are going to mark 500 spots. We have to paint the curb, the sidewalk, and a circle in the parkway where it's going. We're gonna see where we are at the end of the day Friday. We might call for backup, and I might have a couple members of our data collection team that does the tree inventories to come help us, because we want to mark by the end of the day the 7th, because the contractor wants to call the 811 located no later than the 8th.
Okay.
By law, and this is, I'm going to address something that Betsy had just mentioned, they have 48 hours to mark those, two business days, which would then create opportunity for them to start no earlier than October 13th. I think is that Monday? However, right now, according to the contractor, who it seems like I talk to almost every day now at this point, they don't know if they can dig next week, because we got to get some rain. The ground is really, really hard, and this hot weather is not causing any leaf drop or anything. So it seems like that's probably gonna get delayed.
Okay.
But we're doing our best to keep it going forward. I think it's more likely that it's gonna get a little bit delayed because of what Betsy said. If they're telling you a couple weeks for getting everything located. Is that what you said?
No, they don't want more than a couple of weeks.
Right, I think it's once it's located, I think those locates are good for 2 weeks.
Right.
Right, okay. Anyway, to do a 500 tree order, I really doubt they're gonna get it done anyway.
I would agree, and I know that that their standard is 48 hours, but I have had instances in the past where something's a little complicated.
This is an exceptional situation. I just don't think they're going to get 500.
Yeah.
If it's taken me and one guy about 4 days to mark them, I don't see anybody getting 500.
And there could be the case that some of those sites then aren't plantable per 811, so.
True. So all that said, it's not. I'm using the word delay, but it's not really delayed because their deadline is November 30th. What this contractor's doing is saying, I'm going to push this I want to start as early as possible.
Good.
In case there's issues, which there's probably, like right out of the gate. Budget 2 weeks ahead, because you're probably, when the rubber meets the road, as they say.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm really happy with him, and I think this is great. I've worked with him in other projects, and he's been great. He's been great to us. So, and he was great at scrambling to try to find some other species to fill in the lilacs. I guess if I didn't explain it right, these aren't going to be low-growing ornamental trees. So the only low-growing ornamental trees we're planting this fall are 35 serviceberry and 35 flowering dogwood. So there's only 70 flowering ornamentals out of the 500. So it's going to be a little light. But like I told you guys, the spring is going to be redbud and oak.
Okay, perfect.
Because we're going to take a run on oaks. And they have some beautiful oaks out there, so I'm really excited about that.
And you said the contractor is Dogwood Hills?
Dogwood Hills Tree Farm. Yep.
Okay.
And they're doing the planting.
Yep. All right, so the weather and the locating are beyond our control, right? So we'll just see what we can do. But everything's going to be marked, which I think is going to get the phone ringing a little bit too, because I know the week that we marked all the removals, the requests were blowing up on me, like, why is my tree marked, or that kind of thing. So people are going to start asking questions. Yeah. All right, now on to the non-grant things I had wanted to talk about. We already talked about the ordinance review and possible revamping of the tree preservation protection ordinance. I just had written down in my notes that Jen is going to be part of that. I guess we can call it a committee. I don't think it's been formally named a committee, but group that's talking about it. We're simply in brainstorming stages right now. So the goal is to make something enforceable. This is kind of what came from the first meeting. The goal is to make something enforceable, something that's simple, something that is good for the city and also good for developers. We're not trying to not have development in Michigan City, but we're also trying to protect the canopy as much as we can. So it's going to be have to step softly around a lot of issues to get this done, but we will. I was going to talk about the community tree trees. This will all be in the forester's report. You already talked about that. And then the resident requests have just really, really slowed down. So from my perspective, it's a good thing because a lot of tree planting is going on right now, and I've been getting very few. But I did check while you guys were talking, and it is coming to Kentone, because I
Oh,
just
good.
looked at it, and I had
Yay.
two requests that came from the public that came in today.
Oh, great.
So,
So I don't need to send you
test it.
No.
a joke?
you
message?
can, but you know what? The forester's email box is not gonna work,
Okay,
as the city's emails are
Okay.
currently down. So it would, even if it does go through there, it wouldn't be working.
okay.
And how do you spell Kentone?
It's
K-I-N-T?
Kintone.
Got it, thanks.
So that is, obviously that's working, because I just checked.
Excellent.
And that's all I have for you. You'll read all this in greater detail with the new species list and everything else.
So, they're hoping to complete the planting by November 30th, is that what you're saying?
They're under contract too, and he's confident they will.
Okay.
But he's also smart not to say, yeah, we'll start November 15th. It'll take us 2 weeks. Like, he thinks it'll take him 2 full weeks.
Yeah.
So he's giving himself 6 weeks to do that.
I'm surprised it wouldn't take more than 2
Yeah.
weeks. Yeah.
So,
Quick question, and this is probably more of a question for city administrative staff. We all know that there is currently a government shutdown. I don't know if that has any ramifications for grant reimbursement. Again, I don't think that's something we need to hash out tonight, but just something to throw on the radar. And we can, you and I have both been working with the city on the grant reporting and invoicing. So just the question of if there are any ramifications there.
I will check with Drew. That is a good point that I have not thought about
And,
yet.
and Drew is currently temporarily laid off.
He
I
is.
believe. I believe so.
I
Yes.
think so.
He is.
Yes. I believe so.
Government
As a
employee.
result of this.
Yes.
Well, not every government employee is
True.
furloughed.
But I believe it's.
Yeah, probably is.
I should double check before I say it, but that was.
Is he salaried or hourly?
I know last time that this happened, he was furloughed.
Okay, gotcha.
So.
That's not good.
No.
No. That's not.
Is the IDNR also in there?
Not to my knowledge,
Because that's
because they are
Well,
states.
let's see.
So they may be having issues with their federal grants, or they may not. I don't know, but they're state employees. So
We need Drew.
I know.
Yeah.
I love that we're a team. We can work together and disagree. Spirited.
But we need Drew.
debate, But we need Drew.
He's at the he's at
He's a
the
huge part
of a lot of
He's a
this.
huge part of our team right now.
We'll check in with Drew.
I wrote it down.
Yeah.
I'll check.
Would it be, for the information you just shared with us, would it be okay for me to publicize that?
Exactly what? I mean, I don't think there's
The
a.
planting.
Well, I'm gonna, what I wanna do is send a short item to the Beecher, they cooperated with us in the past, just to say how many trees, the 70% native, they're marking October 2 to 7. The contractor is Dogwood Hills Tree Farm. May take more than 2 weeks and hoping to complete by November 30th.
I will say this, Betsy. We had drafted a press release.
Okay.
That's right.
Last that I saw it, we had sent it to the city for approval.
That's right.
Okay.
So I will follow up on that. It probably needs to be updated now that we have updated numbers, but we had it pretty well fleshed out with some quotes and things. So
Okay, the Beecher is more likely to print something short.
okay, so we could
If you could
always.
send me the press
Yes.
release, and I know who to send it to at the Beecher.
Okay, let me check back in with the city staff and see if we have their approval to send it, do any updates that need to be done. And then it could always be shortened to condense. I know sometimes the media will shorten it themselves, so it's good to have the most important at the first paragraph and then they can cut. But I will check in with them to see if we have their approval. And then we can get that out to different media.
Okay,
Wait till you get the forester's report so it's all accurate.
Yeah,
Numbers are
we'll
accurate.
update based on.
I don't see any problem with any of that information. And the way I look at it, and I think it's a good idea to check with the city, but the way I look at it is the forester's report, like everything else, is FOIA-able.
Yeah.
You might as well just put it out there.
okay.
Right
You
now,
know
the
what I
camera.
mean? Like, if it can be FOIA'd, you might as well put it out there.
Yeah.
But it's probably a good idea to ask.
Okay, we'll check back in on that.
I don't have any problem with any of it, as long as.
Okay, well, I'm gonna leave, I'm not publicizing the part about the removals right now. And that's just telling people that trees are gonna be planted is all I wanna do.
Yep, and I think the mayor actually did request that we put together a press release and get it out. That's how it kind of got spearheaded.
Okay.
So just need to follow up to make sure that we have, don't want something sent out that isn't approved.
Got it.
So we'll just check in on that. Anything else from Forester's report? You've been busy?
It's been a busy month, and November's gonna be really busy because we still gotta get to these sites 2 more times. Well, 3 more times. We have to go there 2 more times. The contractor's gotta go there 1 time to plant the tree, but we have to go mark the site, then they have to plant the tree, and then we gotta go back for the post-planting inspections
Okay, yeah.
to make sure everything got mulched and it's straight and the right tree got put in the right place and everything. So it's, and, you know, make a list of remediations they have to make
Yeah.
before they can get paid. So it's
go time.
October, November is gonna be extremely busy. We're gonna be on the street a lot.
That's,
So it's exciting though.
it's exciting,
And,
yes.
you know, the other thing that kind of upset me about the removals not happening yet is, you know, if you think about it, we put these press releases out. There were past press releases going back to when I started the tree inventory in August of 2024 about this federal grant, how good it was going to be for the city and the trees and the canopy. But if you're just an average resident of Michigan City right now, you've seen nothing.
Right.
We know what's happening in this room, and so do the people that I work with at the city. But if I get asked that pretty often, actually, when someone
Yeah.
requests a removal, they're like, "Hey, didn't you guys get $1 million?"
Yeah.
And I'm like,
They've
"Yeah,
got to see trees.
it's been 2 years, but
Whose
when,
pocket?
when they see these trees coming down
Mhm.
and they see new trees going in the ground, it gets people really excited about things.
Yeah.
Hey, finally, that we're getting something good
Yeah.
happening here in Michigan City.
That's great.
Which
That's
also,
been that way everywhere I've ever worked. So
which also speaks to maybe getting some information in the beach or in the papers in regard to, look, the trees are coming.
Mm-hmm.
You know, because that's part of what we need to do is
Yeah. And I think that's where
inform people.
we can support, is
Yeah,
getting the word
right.
out.
And I think people understand when you say, you know, you need to plan first, and the tree inventory took a lot of time and effort, and, you know, that's completed, and that's a huge first step.
Yeah.
People get that, I think.
Some people.
Some people.
Thank you so much, Phil.
Yes.
We appreciate it.
you're welcome.
Get
Thanks
some
for having
good
me.
sleep tonight because you're going to be busy. Okay, moving on to old business, the Mayor's Community Activation Grant. We had Phil to demo tree signage mapping. I do have the application form, and I have the general information for, contacts with the City Tree Board filled out. This is the Mayor's Community Activation Grant. There is no deadline, but the sooner the better. I believe the idea that the Tree Board that was pitched that the Tree Board liked had to do with developing kind of an interactive tree map.
QR code.
Yeah. Kind of QR codes that would lead you to interactive, like, tree trails. I can't remember who pitched the idea. Yes.
Oh, we've been talking about that for years, though.
Right. How I remember it is, Phil, you were gonna, because you had done something like this at other places, and you were gonna show us what was done, and then if we liked that, then we were gonna
Okay.
select that as how we were gonna go forward.
Okay.
It's how I remember it, but
Yeah, so do we want to
others might remember differently.
Would
For
that,
the next meeting?
would that be reasonable?
Yeah. As long as I get on that TV,
Okay.
which I have done before because I did
You have.
show you guys all the tree.
Okay, so maybe I'll get with.
I would love to do it for sure. It would be great.
Okay. Yeah, let's can we put that on the agenda for next time?
Okay.
That'd be great. And I've got it pretty much ready to go. It is not a very detailed or cumbersome application. So
Good.
should be pretty easy to turn around. DNR seedlings order, I believe, Betsy, you did indicate
Yes.
that that's been done.
Yes, these are seedlings that we order for, in October for our tree giveaway at Arbor Day / Earth Day in the spring, so that'll be late April. And we had a discussion last time about which trees to order. I got on the phone at 8:03 this morning They were already out of some of the items that we
Because they
want.
think 803 is 903.
Oh, I didn't know
They're on-
that.
Yeah, they're on
Eastern
Eastern
time.
time.
Yeah, because she said she was being swamped, and I thought,
3
oh,
minutes in, yeah.
how could, I thought I'd be the first one. Well, okay, I apologize for that, but let me tell you
No
what we
need to,
did
good job.
order. I ordered the wildlife packet, which is 140 trees, a variety of trees, 10 each, of plum, cherry, black gum, chinkapin oak, common chokecherry, elderberry, gray dogwood, hazelnut, silky dogwood, persimmon, red oak, shagbark, hickory, Washington hawthorn, and white oak. So,
Betsy, if you'd like that to go in the minutes, could you send me that?
sure.
I'm not a speed listener.
Okay, we're getting 100 redbud. We're getting 100 black gum. And they were out of the northern white cedar, which we wanted 100. So I had to quickly come up with a substitute, and I chose bald cypress. So that gives us a total of 440 trees. 1, 2, 3, yeah, that'll be 440 trees. And last year we gave away 500 and we had a few extras, so I think 440 is a good number.
And I assume they had no service berries.
No, they didn't.
No, but that's a good mix. That's a good diverse
I
mix.
gave them my address, phone number, and email. Apparently they still had an address on a different street that might have been Tim's.
Well, when the time comes, I can go pick those up.
Oh, thank you.
Question, how many bald cypress did you get, did you order?
They're in packs of 100, so it's 100.
I really regret hearing that. For years, we have tried bald cypress at Friendship Gardens. They just
We have
make it.
several very successful ones where I live
That's
at
great,
Try and Farm, and
good.
they're beautiful trees, and
Oh,
I
yeah.
had to
they're-
make a decision very quickly.
Yeah. They're lovely trees and they're great, but over 17 years, we've never had any luck. And we're not that far from Tryon, but we've tried
Well, we
everything.
plant ours in kind of wet areas.
We've got plenty of wet areas in Friendship.
Could be
I
a
don't know what it is,
sunlight issue or something, but
Yeah.
I agree with the executive decision that you had to make in the moment.
you.
I think it's a
Absolutely.
wonderful
I'm
tree.
just,
I know the plan was to get northern white cedar, but
Yeah.
I didn't have it.
oh yeah,
Well, they would not give us any quantity less than 100,
yeah,
Sure.
sure.
which is, I don't understand, but that's
Okay,
all good.
well, thank you, Betsy.
Yep, thank you for
Thanks.
that. More street development. Do we need continued discussion on this? Did we?
Well, how I remember it back in August when I was last year, because I know I missed last month, was, Phil, I had that you were going to follow up with city council on what the ordinance was and were there fines assessed and did there need to be, is what I'm remembering. And so I know we all were concerned about that, but we said there was a city issue and
Oh, Moore Road.
That's the
You know anything about
area that was
Yeah,
cleared.
it's in Ward 6. Yeah, they're putting up
But do you know anything about the fines that were levied or anything?
I don't think any were, because we don't have a forester, and they clear cut the whole lot.
It happened before I started, but after
Yeah.
Mike was
After
already.
Mike.
Well, and under Michael's time, there was an ordinance passed that
No,
permit.
It was pre him, I said.
It was okay, but there was a
Oh, yeah,
permit
it was a
requirement.
Permit requirement, yes.
So they
for cutting trees
yeah.
down.
So I think the question is they should have had a
I'm sure
permit.
they didn't do that.
Yeah.
You know, I just wanted someone else to say it first, so I wasn't wrong. But I'm pretty
No.
sure that was the outcome, is that there was no fines levied.
Okay.
I'm sure because there would have been nobody to do it. Can I say
Yeah.
that?
Is there a statute of
late?
limitations?
No, I don't
Okay.
think there should be. Why?
Well, so there still could be fines levied then?
Yes, absolutely. They clear cut that whole lot.
And who would instigate that? How do we go about having that
You may
happen?
wanna work with Wendy maybe. Okay.
That's part of the revamping of this whole thing.
Okay.
Is that the October 8th
What's the
meeting?
process
Some of
gonna
that?
be? But this is a big deal.
It is.
Yeah,
And
it is,
I've gone
it
through
is.
this with
And there are legal,
Yes, that's what, and the city, not the city's attorney, but it was like the city council's attorney, I think.
That doesn't make any sense, but whatever.
Well, I think because the city council is ultimately who has to be the one to
Pass the
approve this.
ordinance, okay.
And I will say that I have gone through this with other communities in my career, and so it's not an easy process. And
Sure.
sometimes it's taken like 2-3 years,
mhm,
and we're hoping
Sure.
that it doesn't.
yeah, but it needs to be thought through and done right.
I don't think it has to take 2 or 3.
I hope so.
Well, I think we let the October 8th meeting happen and you all report back
Yeah.
to us as needs be.
Yeah,
And then,
And whatever you all come up with, you have
Okay.
to make response to the ordinance changes. Me. Okay,
Okay, all right.
okay.
and that should help. Okay,
Any new business?
Okay, definitely. Thank you.
yeah, you're welcome.
Yeah, I had something that's sort of a current issue. I'm planning on being there at Farmers Market on Saturday. And as I often try to promote and inform people, my favorite time for pruning is in the fall. And, I would like to be able to inform people of that, but be able to refer people to someone that can appropriately prune. And I myself am looking for someone who's good for pruning large fruit trees because I can't do it myself anymore. And so the question I have is how and where, besides alerting people to now is a good time to be pruning, who can we refer to in regard to?
No, I believe the city does have a list of approved contractors in Michigan City.
Mhm.
So perhaps we can add a QR code of that, or we
That
can
would
make
be
a
great.
separate flyer.
Yeah, because
I do also have, for those who are interested in doing it themselves, I could bring some that Forest Service gave me, little pruning pamphlets about how to properly prune.
Right.
We should always drill home the message, I think, not to prune oak this time of year.
Right.
I would also encourage members of the public who have large trees not to prune with standing on ladders
Safety.
or holding a chainsaw over your head,
Right.
or not, wearing protective equipment is very important, like gloves. And if I have a pruning saw that reaches 15 feet, if that would help you, Dennis, I'll be over there to prune your tree.
fruit trees, remember? Okay.
Personally, I think the best time to prune is February.
That's when I tend to, but.
Well, I thought that what I heard was probably relevant, and because of that oak disease that's going around.
The oak wilt,
The oak leaf wilt, actually, they have been suggesting to prune them late fall to early winter, November through March. So
Yeah.
that may be a change from what people were doing before, but it's because of the wilted
Yeah.
oak disease.
And I have tried to put up a couple times, I have put up about oak wilt and pruning, but I refer to sites like Purdue, those.
And they say
So lots of info on all of that. So I'll do another one.
They say to avoid it now spring through summer because it makes it easier for the insects to actually spread the disease.
And that's a reason I'm so glad that we have a city forester now, because that can kind of be overseen. In the past, we have seen some, I totally understand if there's a high-risk tree that needs to be pruned this time of year, then do it. But
That's not what I saw.
that's, we want to make sure that that's avoided. Avoid that unless it is a public safety issue.
Well, I think pruning is an advanced skill, so if a member of the public has a lot of pruning to be done, they would be wise to get an expert to do that.
And there's the city has a list of
Does have that
approved
list.
arborists,
Yeah.
which is on the city website, by the way. It's on the.
Good, so we can just direct people to the city website
It's
for
on the
that,
city
yeah.
website. There's a tab, you can click on it. There's a tab for contractors to click on to send their application to me. And
Okay.
there's a tab so the public can see the pool of people who already are licensed that they can work with.
Okay, good.
And it all functions too.
Yeah, along those lines, that's something I would like to see us be able to post on our Friends of the Tree Board
Absolutely.
Facebook, so we can alert people to
I just
the
wrote
need
that
for
down,
pruning
yeah.
and to have a good pruner.
Okay, time check at 6:30.
It is. Any other new business?
I would like to circle back to the Phil's tree planting. I'm gonna suggest that the tree board invest in some more of these. Have you seen this? We gave them out before, I don't know if we actually put them on trees, but we could put tags on maybe, not 500 trees.
I would suggest, Betsy, I'll plus one you. I would suggest that the city's grant has $20,000 for outreach materials.
All right.
Perfect, that's perfect.
So I would suggest that we ask the city to have these printed through the grant.
Have you seen this same one, Phil? Let's pass it to Phil.
No.
It's English on one side and Spanish on the other.
And that is listed in the grant that our materials should be in both English and Spanish.
Okay,
Excellent.
So that's great.
well, then we could get 500 and put in 500 tags.
I think that would be perfectly reasonable.
And I'd be
for the
willing to do some of that tagging.
So what's the next step in order to get that printed?
I think we would just, I could reach out to the city. We're going to have a meeting with them soon anyway. We would need to go through the city to get it purchased through the grant. The only issue is that I don't believe we have artwork for that.
Can't
Digital.
you do the same thing? Oh, because we borrowed this from somebody else.
Okay, so maybe if we can try to track down, we would just need
I
something
don't
to
know
print
where
on.
this came from.
Okay,
But we
can find
we
something
had
similar.
somebody print this before. Didn't we have someone print these before?
I don't know, probably not familiar with it.
I have 30 of them left. I think we gave some away at some point in time.
You know, we could even chat with the city. They do have someone who's very skilled at graphic design. We could give them the content and see that the mayor seemed very much on board with our community engagement efforts. So we could even check with them and say, hey, could you recreate this content with Michigan City logo?
Okay, well, if they're gonna do that, there's one or two tweaks I could make.
Okay.
But,
I can't say that they're going to do that, but I'm saying I could ask them if they would do that, unless we can track down the digital.
I don't think
File.
we can because
Okay.
this says produced by the tree board, but we stole this.
Okay.
I say we borrowed it.
I wonder if
From
you
another
do a
church.
With permission, we stole it.
search.
What?
I wonder if you do a Google Lens search if you get it.
Well, I'm willing to put these on trees, but I'm not willing to do all the
Yeah.
searching.
I will put it on my list to check in with the city and just see what our options are, because I know that the mayor is very on board with
Well, at
us
least
getting the word
the
out.
cheapest option would be to photocopy that 500 times.
Mm-hmm.
Or to send it to a printer.
Yeah, I think it makes sense for Jen to talk with the city and the graphic
And just
designer.
go from there.
If there's somebody there that wants to do it in less than a month,
It'd be great to have the QR code on there, direct people to the city site.
Yep.
I don't know if there's room for QR code if we're doing everything.
Okay. Well, we'll follow up with the city and see what they're able to do.
Okay, but what they're able to do should be done within a month.
Okay.
I mean, before the snow flies, to tag the trees are going in.
When the trees go.
They should be tagged no later than November 30th.
Yep, I'll bring it up with them at our upcoming meeting.
Okay.
Any comments? We did have comments from Dr. Cora. Any other comments from council liaisons?
I wanted to make an announcement.
Yes.
Our Green Drinks, which is coming up tomorrow evening, Thursday, October 2nd at 6:30. I am so excited about this program. And I know we have a number of birders in here. And this program is called Left, Preparing for Fall Migration. And also, she's going to include winter support. The presenter is Jennifer Johnson, and she's from the Audubon Society of Great Lakes. And she's based in Chicago, so she intimately knows about our area, and she's very excited about birds. She's also an artist, so there's that little interesting little twist to who she is. And you can join us at 6:30 tomorrow, October 2nd, via Save the Dunes Facebook Live. Or if you want the Zoom link, you can get that from m@savedunes.org, m@savedunes.org. Also, it's readily available on Facebook at Northwest Indiana Green Drinks. There's a posting of the event there.
Following the event.
Yes.
Great, because I know the Friendship Gardens has their Harvest Festival tomorrow evening,
Right.
so.
I know, because I won't be there
I
because
could
of
be
this.
at this, okay, it's great to know, so it can be,
And it's always recorded, so
Excellent.
you
That's
can
the
watch,
important
you
thing,
can
that it
watch
is
it afterwards.
recorded.
thank you.
Yeah,
Rewatch it.
and that's on Save the Dunes, YouTube subscription,
Okay.
page.
You can just go to YouTube, put the critical information in, and it'll pop up.
You do not require, it does not require a subscription to YouTube.
No, but they call it a subscription page because
Right,
you can
So
sign,
I went
you
to
can sign up and say follow and
Yeah,
then you'll get
be
alerts,
alerted, yeah.
you know.
Okay.
But this is gonna be a really great program.
Yeah.
Sounds like it.
I'm very excited about it.
That's wonderful. I've worked with Jen Johnson before and she's wonderful. Comments from board members?
Oh, you know, I also wanted
Oh,
to
yes,
say,
please.
I also just wanted to say thank you for dropping the Japanese lilac. I really appreciate it.
You were on
This,
one team. I was like,
this month, I've gotten so many notices about this and so much research that's been done. It's sort of been overwhelming for me this past month regarding this particular plant. So I think it's really good that we're not doing as many as we were doing.
Yeah.
Actually,
And we all
thank Drew Hart.
compromised.
Thank Drew Hart, because.
We're not doing any,
Team
right?
Japanese tree lilac, because it's just been a great tree, in my experience. And the city attorney instructed me to move forward, and then Drew stepped in and said they refused to pay if we plant them.
Well,
So
that'll
that's-
do it. That's
So we're not gonna be planting any new ones, correct?
No,
Thank you.
well, actually, so not within this grant, we can't. Drew said he won't pay for it. No.
Great.
The Morton Arboretum website right now listed as the ideal street tree. And it's on the.
Morton Arboretum does.
Yes. Yep, right now, if you go on their website, it lists as the ideal street tree for low-growing ornamentals. And it is on the Indiana DNR's website too, as an acceptable street tree to plant. But nowhere does it say it's invasive, except in Michigan.
Okay. Thanks for bringing that up again.
But, hey, like I said, we
But
can disagree with
We
stuff.
all work
I think we all
together.
should
Thank
work
you.
Compromise.
together, right?
Thank
We're all on the same team. We
Yes.
all have the goal,
Yes.
to get this done, and we can disagree, but to come to something,
We got it.
we're done. It's over.
We got it done. You got it done. I thank you, sir.
Before we end, I got some statistics for you.
Yes, please.
I know I'll make it quick because it's 6:37. I did a calculation while I was sitting here listening, and we are planting 20 different species out of 500 trees. 14 are native and 6 are non-native. But I have a question before I tell you where the percentages come in. This is a head scratcher, brain teaser for you. Is Freeman maple a native tree? Do you consider Freeman maple a native tree?
Freeman maple,
It's a hybrid.
it's a hybrid.
It's a hybrid.
It's a hybrid of two
Of two
native.
native.
Up to native.
So some sources list it as being native,
If it's a,
and the other sources say it's non-native because it's a hybrid of two natives.
this may be a larger debate for us to have. Personally, if it's a hybrid of two natives, I would consider it native for the purposes of planting fields.
Okay, so if we-
That's my personal opinion.
My personal
Do we
opinion
need to?
is based on, it's in front of my house, so, yep.
It's not an organically native tree because one could never
Right.
grow on its own.
Yeah.
Right? But it's a hybrid of two natives. So if you want to put it in Camp Native, here's our numbers: 74.4% native.
Okay, I do, but she doesn't.
25.6% non-native. And
Okay.
then if you were to factor in the 10 trees that we're planting through community tree and the 10 trees that you're planting for community tree at the schools, the complete fall planting list, I think it's going to push us over 75%.
That's great.
Because all 20 of those are native trees, as far as I know.
That's
So we're going to basically, let's just call it 75%, we're all happy.
Yes.
Amen.
We all happy?
We're all happy.
Thank you, Phil.
You're welcome.
I appreciate it. I'm very happy with that. I also saw that you sent me that you found me some Tilia Americana.
I did.
Thank you for
15
that.
of them. So that was
My
those
favorites.
were some of the ones we bumped up.
That's a native linden.
15. Well, actually, we changed all the silver birch to. There's only 10, but we changed the silver birch to
Silver linden.
Americana, and then silver linden.
Okay.
Change the silver linden to Americanas, and then 5 more. I was able to get 5 more out of them to pull from that Japanese tree lilac pull. We got 10 more black gums out of there. We added yellowwood, which we didn't
Okay.
have. We added a ton more American hornbeams
Okay.
and 14 hop hornbeams.
Okay.
So we added a lot of.
It's great.
18 more. Mostly what we used to replace the Japanese tree lilacs were hop hornbeam, and yellowwood, and a few more black gums.
That sounds great.
That's great. Worked out.
I'm very happy. That makes me very
You'll like the Forester's report then.
I will. Okay, any other comments, board members?
Like I said, I have 2 planting dates more or less set and 3 more to go. And I would really like the support of, if possible, of more tree board members to come to our plantings. It only takes about an hour. You don't have to do any digging if you can't, but it really helps to have.
Just to be there and talk to the kids.
Yeah, to meet the kids and see how excited they are. Maybe help with the watering or the mulching. But it really helps to have more people there.
What are the dates?
Well, I have October 22nd and 23rd so far. And when I get all the dates set up, I will send it to our Facebook page and.
And you'll send it to me and I'll put it on the Facebook page.
Yes,
Okay.
yes.
And we can say you're the point person on that, so if an email is sent, we don't reply all, but if someone is coming, then you're the point person and they can reply directly to you.
Right.
Is that accurate, Nancy, of how that should work?
And I'm trying to get all this planting in October, but we'll see how it goes.
Okay, I'll be there.
Yeah,
As much as I
as long as you don't hit that reply to all button,
Okay,
you're okay.
yeah, just
You know,
reply to Betsy
Because-
directly.
or just reply to Betsy because she's the one that's
Okay.
coordinating it. And
Yep.
then- And then you're fine, you know.
Okay.
If too many of you reply to all and you
You have
reach
quorum.
a quorum, then that's the issue.
Okay, yep, so just Betsy's point person on that, reply directly to Betsy.
Yep.
Right.
Okay. Any other comments?
I have to thank Phil for all the hard work you did.
Yes.
Replacing.
Yes, yes.
Thank you.
Kudos.
You're welcome.
We got through our first fight, Phil.
I call them spirited debates.
Yes,
Yes.
yes.
It's all how you come
It's
up
all
with it.
in-
It's not how.
Exactly. I love it. Okay, hearing no other comments, our next meeting is November 5th, 2025, 5:30 p.m. right here in this building. Do I have a motion to adjourn?
So moved.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
All opposed? Okay, meeting adjourned at 6:43.
Can you take this?